Alright, boys and girls, we're going to be starting this stream early because I started late once again. Let's get this thing up and running. We got our technicals in order. I think, let's see, we got our screens going. We got our technical stuff. You sent out the link. It's over on Facebook. It's on Instagram. We're good to go. And let's get this show on the road. Welcome, everybody, to Ask a Wizard. Tonight, we're looking at and I'm not going to pronounce this right at any point during the show, the Dyatlov Pass incident, also known as the Death Mountains. We're also going to be looking into the cryptid known as the Unicorn, and we're going to be doing a magical effect called the Spirit Needle tonight. And of course, we're going to be doing live wizard readings with all of you for free tonight. When you like and share this stream, you qualify for a free live wizard reading. We'll be doing a total of 3 readings for free in the middle of the stream. And then if you want to get readings after that, you will be added below into the bottom half of the stream. So there's 2 segments where you can get free readings. And of course, you can always send your support at P.O. Box 8881, Missoula, Montana, 59807. You can send in financial support. You can send in just a letter, whatever you like, and we read those live on air. Or you can send in a Gerber knife like some awesome person did that we don't know who it was. They haven't told us yet. They're a secret sender, but I greatly appreciate it. And we're going to get started with the show. Let's see what we got going on in chat. Hey, how's it going, Courtney? When will we start? We are started now. Same, I would like a reading. Awesome. Looks like we got those readings flowing on in. Hey, how's it going, Jessica? And let's get this show on the road. So, starting off strong with the Weekly Weird. Today's Weekly Weird news, a Florida man was found robbing graves and was targeting veterans because he says they have stronger spirits. So these grave robbers are going nuts, right? And look, I'm going to level with you. I'm a wizard here. I understand the nature of what you're trying to do here, bud. And yes, you're right. Getting grave dirts and violating the sanctity of the dead does offer you some exchange with demonic spirits. That is a real thing that you can do. The question is, should you do that? And of course you shouldn't. Of course not, because you have to realize you're a lot more powerful than these demons. You are really, really powerful. In fact, you're made in God's image. You actually are more powerful than not just demons, but also angels. You're going to rule over them. So when you choose to do these generation rituals, which is what the demons do, the reason it works isn't because the veteran spirit is stronger, per se, but it's because it's a deeper violation of the grave. And so you're more defiling yourself in exchange for the power of a spirit. But you're basically saying you're weaker than that spirit, and then you're entering into a slave-like relationship with it. You don't want to be doing that. Instead, go to the Logos, go to inside, connect with truth, connect with the Alpha and the Omega, Jesus Christ, and you have the ability to literally just move mountains, and you have a lot more power there. So that would be my recommendation for you. If you are an aspiring grave robber, don't do it. And we're going to move on to the Build, Grow, and Create segment. Now, this is the segment that everyone's like, Tyler, why are you putting this in the beginning of the show? Don't you know that's when all of the viewers are here? You can't send other people to other shows. And that's correct. I know that that's strategically wrong, but I do it anyway because this is important to me. I want this to be a place where we promote people who are building and growing and creating beautiful things. Ideally, in the future, this will be your guys' projects. DM me if you have projects you're working on. I want to showcase your work. But in the meantime, I'm showcasing people who are doing excellent and amazing things on YouTube. And today, we're going to be covering the Steve Irwin of gardening. This guy's name is Self-Sufficient Me. This dude is crushing on YouTube. I had no idea. We were watching this guy back when he was 100,000 subs, but you're going to be so proud, OPVs. Look what Mr. Self-Sufficient Me has blown up to. He is now at 1.06 million subscribers. He is on his way to the top. He's got 8.4 million views. But Tyler, a million sub account is never going to shout you out. This is a bad marketing strategy. Yeah, I know. I'm not trying to do a marketing strategy. I'm trying to show you awesome stuff. Come on, people. Gosh, you'd be amazed how many little ankle biters come in with their little with their comments and stuff, and they're just like, you know, that's not the right way to do marketing. I'm not trying to market here, guys. I'm a great marketer. If I wanted to market, trust me, I'll do some good marketing. But that's not what this is about. But this guy is so cool because he can teach you how to start being more self-sufficient with virtually no money. For example, this video right here, we're not going to watch this. I'm just giving you this an example of what it kind of looks like on the inside. He's taking his food scraps and he's burying them in the garden, and he's using these different various scraps. So he shows you how you can do it with green onions, with potatoes, with all these different types of vegetables, and the ways to plant them and start regrowing them. So you can actually take your garden scraps and then turn them into more food. And that's what this video he has here is all about. However, he has hundreds of other videos as well. How to grow basil, how to grow kale, how to grow lots and lots and lots of different plants. Really great guy. Highly recommend checking him out. I'm going to give this video right here a big old thumbs up, and highly recommend going and subscribing to Self-Sufficient Me if you're interested in this kind of thing. And so that is our guy for today for the Build, Grow, and Create. I hope you guys enjoyed that segment, and we're going to move on to our first incredible video. This video is a video that really stands to a testament of human potential. We have no idea what we're capable of. This guy is just incredible. It really... I love seeing people who are just so excellent or amazing because it really shows you like the limits of humanity are unknown. We don't know what we're capable of, and this is a great example of that. Let's see if I can unmute this with my blind mic. Boom, unmuted. Let's see here. That's pretty long. So this is a baseball guy, and he's getting interviewed, right? So they had just finished their game. Boom! Did you see that? Check that out. Check it out again. It's so fast. So in the background, which this is a terrible setup. I don't know why you're hitting balls, while you're out in the middle of an interview, but nonetheless, that's what's going on here. So this guy just nails the ball, right? You can see the ball flying straight for this lady's head. Boom! Just snatches it right out of the air like a legend. Wipes the paint off his hand and throws it away. My gosh. Boom. Absolutely incredible. This guy is an absolute legend. I liked and shared. Wait, do it again. We did it a few times. You'll definitely be able to see it here again. I think there's a bit of a delay though, but isn't that crazy? Absolutely insane. What a legend. Good job, Evan. You are crushing. OPBs is going to be stepping out here just for a bit. If you're missing her in the chat, she's making a loaf of bread, so which is quite delicious, and we'll be having that later. But we're going to move on to the next segment here, which is today's segment, History's Mysteries, the Dyatlov Pass, which I'm going to just call the Death Pass from now on because I can't pronounce it. This is a really, really bizarre mystery. So the Death Pass incident happened in 1959. 9 students who were experts in hiking and camping went out for a winter camping trip. They headed off to the camp in the Dead Mountains of Russia, and these were very, very experienced campers and hikers. Well, unfortunately, after 10 days, they have missed their rendezvous. So they've been missing for 10 days past the date of when they were supposed to return. So Russia goes and sends out a helicopter to find them. And they're surveying the area, and they eventually find that these people were these people's camps. So they land down, and what they find is very disturbing. They find a completely destroyed tent that had been cut from the inside out. Some of them, the bodies that they found laying around, were missing shirts. Others were left almost completely naked. And another group of them had moved off farther away from the others and started building a campfire, but they didn't burn the wood yet their hands did get burned. So there was completely unburnt wood, but their hands had been singed as if they had touched a fire. Very bizarre instance here, and a few of them they couldn't find at all. 3 months later, they eventually found the other people who were missing. One of them had had their tongue removed, another had had their skull crushed, and another one had had their chest crushed. And to make matters even more bizarre, their skin had changed from normal skin color to orange, and their hair... Oh, sorry, those are the pictures of the missing clothes and the wood of the fire that didn't get burned. And the crushed skulls, my apologies, they're all dead. Their hair had turned gray. So their skin had turned orange and their hair had gone gray. And keep in mind, these are young children, not children, but like high school, college students. These are young people, and their hair had been turned gray. Of course, this is insanity and craziness. Eventually, the Russians say, you know what, we're going to do an investigation. So they open an investigation and then almost immediately close it and say, oh, yeah, no, that was a compelling natural force that caused that. And they're like, what was that compelling natural force? We call it compelling and natural. Okay, then. And so they close it up. And so that's the last you hear about it. Well, the files got declassified. And it turns out there was info that was hidden from people that no one was allowed to know about. The bodies, when examined, had become radioactive. And there was multiple eyewitness accounts of people who had been seeing strange lights in the sky on the day that the incident supposedly happened. And so that is the missing information that they had kept from us. And that's where we're at with this History's Mysteries. No one knows the true answer of what's going on here, but there's a few theories. So some people think perhaps it was a secret government test. Maybe this was all planned, and that's why they classified it and hid it immediately. Like, oh yeah, no, that's totally normal. Perhaps Soviet Union working with radioactive weaponry, that kind of thing. Another theory is that the Russians' version of the Yeti or the Bigfoot was responsible. It seems like Bigfoot's the person they kind of just stick in anywhere whenever they can't solve anything. There's some people who say Bigfoot can teleport, cloak, he's radioactive, he can time travel. They got all this kind of stuff. So that's where the other one comes in. And then another theory is something called infrared sound. And so this is this idea that there are certain frequencies that can cause people to go crazy or lose their mind, and maybe the way that the mountain was shaped caused that to occur. But frankly, we don't really have any compelling evidence to support the infrared sound theory. It's just kind of an idea people throw out there, but no one really knows if that's real or not. No one's ever recreated anything like that. And so it's a big mystery, and no one has any idea what could have happened. It's weird because a lot of the different pieces make sense to me in context, but when you put them together, that's where things start falling apart. So, like, for example, them taking off their clothes, that's a symptom of hypothermia. So maybe they got cold. When people get really cold, they'll start taking off their clothes because they start getting really hot. It's a weird paradox of what happens when you experience hypothermia. So I can understand that aspect, but what I don't understand here is how does that account for their hair turning gray? Why would the hair turn gray? Why would their skin turn orange? Where does the radioactiveness come from? And so that's the real mystery here, and that's what we have to figure out. Maybe, maybe there was maybe they got hypothermia and died, and there was a nuclear test in the area, and that got them some light radiation that could have caused the odd changes. I'm not sure. Let's see here. Corian is dropping them emojis. Corini? Is that, how do you pronounce that? Corini? Corin? That's a cool name. Corin, man, that's cool. It is crazy. It is. And so that is today's History's Mysteries. I hope you guys enjoyed that. And we're going to move on to the next segment, which I know one person in this room is going to really enjoy this. A heartwarming lion mauling. Aww. The lion is going to gently maul someone. It's so sweet. So sweet. A heart mauled with love. Oh, Peeves is on the side of people who get mauled by lions. She always is on the side of the lions. It's a evil quality of her. Can't believe you. But let's take a look at this. So these two people here. had been raising this lion since he was a little cub, right? But unfortunately, he got too big. They couldn't take care of him. He's a giant lion. You know how expensive it is to feed lions? They got to eat raw meat. It's crazy. The amount of cost in feeding a full-grown lion is just absurd. So they let him out into the wild. And they came back, and they believe that they could identify him in the pack. Now, they're not sure that this is him, but they think he kind of looks like him. So this is the video of what happened when they think they found Christian the lion. They believe this lion here is Christian the lion. Oh boy, here it comes. Oh, he loves him. He's still his bud. Even though he's been growing up in the wild and spending all this time, he still loves him and knows him, nuzzles him, and is gentle. He hasn't gone feral. No, he loves his buds. This is a heartwarming. Look at that guy. Isn't that sweet? So that is the heartwarming lion mauling. He isn't murdering them. He didn't rip their face off. No, he just gave them the nuzzes. And that is the heartwarming story of Mr. Christian the lion. What a great guy. If I had a tiger around my house and I'm sleeping, he or she might bite me. Yeah, no joke. They will mess you up. Their hair froze. Ooh, that's an interesting theory. That's an interesting idea. Did you like that? Yeah. Awesome. All right. Well, that's what this was about. This is for OPB's, getting her the stuff that she needs, which is videos about cats and things like that. So we're going to move on to the next segment here, guys, which is magic, illusion, and the arcane arts. Now, in this show, we're going to be having an effect where you're going to have an imaginary needle at home, and we're going to cause you to feel a sensation from it at home in real life. Now, this is going to feel very weird, and now is a great time to invite a friend so they can experience it as well, so that you don't think you're a crazy person when it works. And I'm also going to be showing you an illusion involving a chocolate bar and a terrifying Bloody Mary summoning. We're going to be showing you those two while we wait for you guys to bring in your friends for the magic show that is about to, the magic trick, I should say, that is about to begin, known as the Spirit Needle. So we're going to be doing that in just a bit. Let's get started with this chocolate bar illusion. This is very interesting. Another one that I think OPBs will be a big fan of. I have found a solution for you, OPBs. OPBs has a major problem with just consuming unhealthy food all the time. And so, as you can imagine, when she's eating 75 to 100 chocolate bars a day, it's hard to keep up with the financial cost of this many chocolate bars. Well, I have found a solution, and it is called infinite chocolate. Take a look. By simply cutting it like so, we can remove a piece of chocolate for you, correct? Then I simply pull the square up, move this piece to the side, and then I'm going to move this guy right back down, and as you can see, we now have a full chocolate bar again. Infinite chocolate. Let's watch that one more time. Move the piece. Move it right over the side. Just pull it down. And would you look at that? We are now back at the exact place where we started. Infinite chocolate.
Beautiful.
What do you think? It's crazy. Bloody Mary, no, please don't summon her. I will not be summoning her. We're going to watch someone else summon a Bloody Mary. It's very crazy. All right, and speaking of which, we're going to do that right now. Let's take a look at this guy's video. This is a magician named David Parr. If you are a fan of magic, I highly recommend heading over to David Parr, giving him a sub. I'm going to be doing that right here, right now, live. We're giving this guy the sub. We're giving him the thumbs up, and we're going to be leaving him a comment. Great show. Thank you for this vid. You rock. Smiley face. All right, we're going to drop that comment here in the bottom here. Always propping up my fellow wizards and, well, magicians, I should say. And hope you guys enjoy the show. Let's take a look. I always had the problem. I brand other people as wizards by accident, and I realized that like no one actually practices wizardry anymore. They just do magic, and that's okay. Being a magician is part of my people. They're my tribe. But I don't want to go and force a label onto them they haven't chose. Let's see. Let's get the volume up here too. All right. Okay, so we got a box here with 3 mirrors. Now, if you're familiar with the Bloody Mary ritual, you look into the mirrors, you repeat the name of Bloody Mary, and some spooky stuff happens. So let's see what he's got here. Okay. He is now staring into the mirrors. That is really quiet. Can you, is that even coming through at all? Let's see if I can try and fix that here real quick. I'm going to do this on the fly. I have no idea if this is going to work. Oh my gosh, I just realized why it doesn't work. I've had these plugged in the entire time. I am a total goofball. Let's try that again. Okay. He has done the ritual. Let's see what happens. Oh, would you look at that? He summoned the drink known as a Bloody Mary. Everybody, that is a delicious beverage. If you are a 21 years or older, I actually am not a fan of it at all, but it is a tornado-based cocktail drink called a Bloody Mary, and he has summoned it. Congratulations. Very good work, sir. And hopefully that has fixed your audio's problems as well. So that is the Bloody Mary summoning there for you guys. Is going to marry me. Oh, yes. All right. So that is the magic effect for you guys here today. Now let's get started with the Spirit Needle. So for this particular effect at home, it's going to cause a strange effect. So what you're going to feel is not pain. You might feel a tinge of it, but not too much. And what's going to happen here is we're going to create what's called a paracosm. Now, a paracosm is a psychological illusion in your head based on playing along and using your imagination. When you do these things, you'll start to experience it in real life. And so to do it, start imagining in your hand that you're holding a needle and start passing it back and forth in between your hands as if it's real, and literally hold it. And once it starts to feel like you're literally holding a needle in between your fingers, you're going to notice that your hand starts moving naturally as if it exists. And as you're visualizing it and imagining it existing, we're going to add something to it. And so what you want to do here is take your needle, and we're going to take an invisible piece of thread out of the air. And we're going to thread it right through the needle. And really act this out. Really pretend to put that thread through the needle. It's very important. Got to get a little wet on the end there to get it to go right through, and then you can pull it through and just tie a little knot in it like it's a real needle. Make sure it's nice and tight with a long piece of thread on the end. So now you should have in your mind what it feels like, a needle with a thread. What's going to happen here is you're going to take that needle and you're going to place it in the palm of your hand. Now, this won't hurt. It might be a small twinge, but it will feel very strange. And so as you place it in the palm of your hand, you can bounce it, and you'll feel that start to happen, almost like a little bit of a magnetic force is the best way, I think, to describe it. And you're going to go and put it through your hand in 3, 2, 1. Now, it might hurt slightly, but what you want to do now is reach below your hand, grab the tip of the needle, and grab the skin where the needle is, and pull it through. As you do this, you can then grab onto the string, and as you pull the string, you'll start to feel the thread in the palm of your hand coming through the middle of your hand. As you pull it through, it'll feel very bizarre, like a thread is literally going through the center of your hand, and you can just pull that out in 3, 2, just like that. And you should feel an odd sensation. You may feel the feeling of a hole in your hand for a little bit after that as well. That will fade away eventually, but that is the spirit needle effect. Let's see if you guys had a good experience with that in the comment section. Let's see how that worked for you guys at home. Let's find out. Jenny Purple says, awesome. I'm glad that that was awesome for you. Do we got anybody else who has tried it at home? OPBs, did you try it out?
I did. It did feel it.
You felt the needle on your hand? All right, so we got OPB's feeling it. We got Jenny feeling it. Who else is feeling it? Let us know in the comment section below. And thank you for letting me do some magic for you guys here tonight. And we're at, Alden says he felt it. Aiden, my apologies. Aiden says he felt it. Corin says she felt it. OMG. Kamala says, nice. What up? Hi, how's it going? Corin says, OMG. I felt a sharp, small point. OMG. Awesome. So this is working really well for you guys. Glad to see that you had that great experience. And we're going to move on to our first round of live wizard readings. So we're doing 3 readings total here. What do we got on the list first?
All right. Number 1 is Jessica.
All right, Jessica. If you're still here, Jessica, can you make a noise for me? We're going to get you a reading. Jessica says she was able to feel it as well. And Jenny felt it as well as Kamala. Woo. All right, Jessica is here. Is there anything in particular, Jessica, you'd like insight on? Let me know. By the way, guys, this is a part of the stream where it's really helpful for you to support the stream. If you've got a little extra cash and you enjoy having good, solid 3 hours of entertainment with TikTok and the podcast and the stream, and you want to support what we do, go to paypal.me/AskWizard. Pay whatever you think a reading is worth, and you actually get a 3-card reading as well when you do that, not just a 1-card reading. And send in your letters at P.O. Box 8881, Missoula, Montana 59807 to support the show. You can send money there, but you can also not send money and just send a letter, and we will read that live on air as well. So highly recommend trying those things out if you like what we're doing. Let's see. Jessica says hi. All right, let's get her a reading. I guess we're just going to go with the general reading unless Jessica has anything in particular she's looking for. Let's take a look. Ooh, okay. Popping up with an intense card here. So what we got here is the Tower card. Okay, so I'll get that on the big screen for you there. So this is the Tower. This is part of the Major Arcana. Now, this card is pretty intense. What this represents is when truth is being revealed and it causes something you believe to be true that wasn't to come crumbling down. This can be a painful experience. On the microcosm, a good example of this happening would be, say, for example, you believe that your parents are planning a surprise birthday party for you because that's why they haven't said anything, right? So in your head, you've invented that they have a surprise birthday party for you, and that's why they haven't asked you what you want for your birthday or what you want to go. And so you've built up this story in your head based on something that isn't actually true, and they really don't know your birthday is coming up. And then when you get to your birthday and you find out they just forgot, it hurts a lot, and that's that negative feeling, and you feel the tower come crumbling down. Now, that's a painful experience on the microcosm. This can also happen on bigger causes as well. And the good way of looking at this is you want the truth to be revealed as soon as possible. So while this is a painful process, while this sucks, the sooner that this is revealed to you, the sooner you can start taking action on the truth in advance. So you're like, wow, that sucks. So what I'm going to do is next time I'll bring up my birthday a month in advance so that it's on their radar, and then you can fix the problem in the future. So while this isn't a pleasant experience to go through, it does give you the capacity to transform the future. So the sooner you find out, the less damage usually happens. So that's what we see popping up there for you. I hope that helps you out, Jessica, and gives you the insight you're looking for. Let's see who's up next on the list. Ivan,
and then Camilla.
All right, Ivan, you are up. Ivan, why does it say student?
I guess he's a student.
Oh, okay. All right, Ivan, you are up next. If you are here, let us know in the comments below. We'll get your reading started shortly. By the way, if you're here and you're like, what's going on? Is this what we do the whole show? No, this is not the entire show. This is just one segment. In fact, in just a bit, we're going to be talking about an incredible video that shows everyone who moves from a city and doesn't have any skills, what happens with them? You're going to be checking that out in just a bit, and we're going to be doing some cryptids, including the legendary unicorn today. OMG, he was right. Awesome, Jessica. I'm glad that that was on point for you and giving you some insights. I haven't heard anything from Ivan yet, so we're going to go ahead and give him the roll call here. Let's do this. Ivan, going once. Going twice. And sold. Ivan's off the list. He's gone. We lost him. Next up is Camilla. Camilla, come forth, claim your prize. It is time for your noble reading.
Are we doing 3 the first round?
Yeah, we're going to do 3.
Okay.
All right. Let's see. Camilla, if you're here, let us know in the comments below, and we will get your reading started shortly. Dear Camilla, it's time for your reading today. Camilla the detective. Ooh, very nice. Detectives. Do you have multiple personality disorder? Is that what's going on here? Are you like gosh, who's the famous like villain guy? He's got multiple personalities, but then he's also then you can combine it with Sherlock Holmes.
Huh. I don't know.
I'm not sure. There he is. All right, Camilla, let's get you a reading. Is there anything in particular you're looking for? Any insights that you're looking for? I'm just going to go and get the general reading started here, but if there's something specific, feel free to comment below. Let's go. All right. Ooh, okay. So this is the Six of Pentacles. Okay, so the Six of Pentacles here is about a grind in the material. And so what this represents is going through a state that can be pretty frustrating, to be fair. What this represents is when you're putting in a lot of effort in the material world. Maybe you're working out and you're dieting, or maybe you're trying to build a business and you're trying to make money, and you're putting in all this effort and you're not seeing results. And it's a very unfortunate experience to go through. But this is also something that everyone goes through at some point. You're always going to have these plateaus. You're always going to have these times where there's ups and downs. And the secret to getting through this is to not get too attached to the peaks. When things go well, and you don't want to be like, everything has to be this level for forever. You don't want that. What you need to be able to understand is it's about the journey that you're on. And that journey is not a straight line. It's but you're wiggling upwards, and as you wiggle upwards, that's good. And so if you can change your mindset here and just say, I'm grinding through the downturn right now so that I can get a little bit higher the next time. That's the mindset you need to adopt to get through these periods and continue your growth. And this really stops a lot of people from success. So make sure that you can handle this and get through it. And if you can't, practice and train to get better at this, because that's really where success is found. Camilla is dropping a strange emoji. I'm not sure what that is, but I'm going to assume it means that it was accurate. What does it mean?
Maybe like happy crying.
Happy crying. Awesome. All right. All right. Well, who is up next? Aiden says, this accurate?
Aiden is next.
Aiden is next. Hello, Aiden. How's it going? It's time for your reading. Welcome, Aiden. How are you? Let's get you some insights. Is there anything in particular you needed insights on, Aiden, or we'll just get you a general reading? Let me know in the comments below, and we'll get your reading started right away. And that's our first batch, right? That's the first 3 readings. Awesome.
And then I can add it to the end, or?
Camilla is putting laughy emojis. Awesome. All right, let's take a look. Ooh, okay. Yes, I'm good, man. Awesome. All right, Aiden. So we got the Judgment card coming up here. This is one of the most complicated cards for me to interpret. So this is called the Judgment card. So basically what it represents is it's major arcana, and it's about a time when justice is served. So this is about, you've seen people who are doing the wrong thing. You've been doing the wrong thing. This is a global effect. And when I say global for you, as in your world. So you may have been experiencing a time where people are maybe cheating at school, for example, or maybe they're doing something that's against the rules and you're sticking with the rules and you think it's unfair because it's like, why do they keep getting away with this? But you are following the rules and you're like, gosh, this is just not right. And this card is saying judgment is on the horizon. And if you've been screwing around, you might be caught up in it. But if you've been doing the right thing and living a good life, then this is a time where you will see the consequences for living a less than ideal life. And so be ready for that kind of time and expect those kinds of repercussions because, that's the way of the world. And it's a good lesson to see. When you live a life that is immoral, it might look like people are doing good on the outside, but if you've seen anything with any celebrity, follow any celebrity's story, and what you see is someone who puts out a beautiful face, everything's great, everything's fine, we're rich, we're famous, we're successful, but then it always comes out 5-10 years later, drug abuse, horrible situations with their families and friends, terrible situations. It's almost inevitable. So make sure you're sticking to the truth and know that justice does come and that justice will be served. And that's not your job. Your job is not to cast judgment. That is God's job. And people really just do it to themselves, to be frank. It's sad, but you can watch them literally destroy themselves. And that is what the judgment card is all about. So I hope that helps you out. I hope that gives you some insights. Let me know in the comments below if that was accurate for you and helped you out. And we're going to move on to the next segment. How's it going, Singing H Bear? Welcome, welcome. We've been seeing a lot of emojis up in here. OPBs has been up in her emoji game. I'm proud of that. Let's get this started. So the next one this is a video of every one of these unskilled city dwellers who's going to be moving to the country. This is all of them. So a lot of people are worried right now for the people who are real people, real Americans, not these rats that live in cities. They're worried that these rats are fleeing to their places and driving up their home prices. And that is happening. It's happening in Montana. It's happening everywhere in the middle of America, to be frank. And it's causing people a lot of concern. I want you guys to see this video to realize you really shouldn't be as concerned as you think you are, or as you are, because these people are not going to last. Let me show you what happens when these kinds of people have to do literally even an inkling of real work that involves any skill whatsoever. Like, they literally can't even stand up straight. That's the level that we're dealing with here. So let's take a look at these people.
Is right here, these buckets are filled with grapes. What kind of grapes? These are filled with Chamberson grapes, and the winner this Saturday who stomps the most juice will actually win an overnight stay here at Chateau Lawn. You ready? Ready to try it? Yeah, sure. Let's go.
So they're doing some grape stomping here. So this is something that you usually teach children to do on a farm, 5 to 6 year olds. She's going to stomp some grapes here to get some juice.
All right, you ready? Give us a 30-second time. Here we go. So what's the deal here? There's a contest.
Now, I don't know if you heard her in the beginning. She said, ew, this is so gross. So she's already, failing at everything.
To stomp, and how are you measuring who does the best stomping? And whoever stomps the most juice wins an overnight stay, but it's not the only thing you can do. The measuring cups are down below, right? Measuring cups are down below. All right.
Is this really how you make grapes? Because it's kind of gross now if I think about it, though. If you're putting your feet on the thing that you drink.
And if you win, you get to stay at Chateau Lawn. And what else do you have going on here? Well, if grape stomping's not your thing, you can come and spend the day listening to live music, eating international foods, having wine tours and tastings, vineyard tours, seminars, arts and crafts. It's a lot of fun, a whole day. Stop.
She says stop because she can't handle the fact that she's mushing these grapes. It's too much work for her. She's been doing about 35 seconds of manual labor. A little too intense. I can't breathe from falling out of a grape thing.
She is. Yeah, she's hurt. She took a hard fall off there. Okay. Gosh, I hope she's okay.
Okay. We're going to make sure she is.
We'll try to check on her and get back to you as soon as we can.
Oh, yeah, she's perfectly fine. So that is what happens when so you don't need to worry about these people from San Francisco moving out to the country. They'll be dead in a week. Literally, they can't even step on grapes correctly. These people are a joke. And so do not be worried. I think they'll be gone within a few months at the biggest. The biggest thing that's going to keep them here is how long it takes for them to put their house back on the market, sell it, and book it. That's my theory. And so that is why you don't need to be worried about these city dwellers moving out to the country. Singing H-Bear is from America, or was born in America. Awesome. So you don't live in America anymore. That's a giant building behind them. It is. It is a big, big building. And oh my goodness, it's time, guys. It's time for our big segment here. I got to see you next week. Have a nice night. See you later, Aiden. Have a good evening. And we're moving on to the segment that I'm going to be doing a little bit of. I'm going to be in character here for a little bit. So hold on. Let me get into frame so you can see my hand. The most important aspect of my existence. Here we go. I like those faces. Yeah, those are the faces of failures and shame. All right, let's take a look. Today, we're talking about left hands matter again. You have the right, not the left, to remain silent, because your left-handedness means you're already guilty of the crime. You have the right, not the left, to an attorney that will be right-handed and side with us. Do you understand your rights, not your lefts? Lefty? Whoa, whoa, whoa. Are you trying to grab your ID with your left hand there? Calm down. You look very sinister. Right, not left. Now, this is the oppression of lefties. We need a hand war, and we won't stop. 9 years. 9 years is how many years earlier lefties die. We are victims of a system built against us that's trying to kill us. Hand war needs to happen. Hand war will happen. Left hands matter. Moving on to today's left-handed history, we're going to be looking at the one, the only, John D Rockefeller. Let me tell you, this dude is a crusher, and it is exclusively due to his left hand, and let me show you what I mean. I am a full citizen. Awesome. Congratulations. So, let's take a look. John D Rockefeller. He was the world's first billionaire. He is the first dude to ever become a billionaire. And now you're thinking, a billionaire, so he must really suck, right? Well, guess what? He's left-handed, so no, of course he's amazing. He donated over $500 million to various charities throughout his life, and consistently donated 10% of his take-home every single month to his local church as a Christian. So this guy was very big in donations and supporting and helping people grow and people in need. Now, another fact, all left-handed people have this quality. As you may know, left-handed people are immortal and we can't die. We can only be assassinated. And so he, being an immortal person, lived so long before he was assassinated by right-handed people, which, you know, they cover that up in the history books, but I can feel it in my heart. And are you going to question my left-handed knowledge? I know my people, okay? His life insurance company had to pay him $5 million because he lived for so long. He lived until he was 97 years old. 97 years old, back in like 0 AD. I don't know when he was, but this dude lived a long time. Time is a construct made by righties anyway, because you guys all invented the concept of dying. By the end of his career, he owned 90% of all the oil in America. 90% of the oil. And he did everything within his own company. So he wouldn't outsource it. He just made everything was about building his employees, helping his company, helping his people. He kept it within the company and helped all of his people succeed and be awesome and have success. Now, you might be asking yourself, right, if this dude is keeping it in the company, he's got billions of dollars, he's probably doing some crazy stuff, right? He's probably kind of a partier, probably doing some unethical business, right? No, not at all. He's a left-handed person, so he was an amazing individual. This man was sober. He did not drink. He did not smoke, and he certainly did not party. This man kept to his solid principles of Christian upbringings, and a Christian man he truly was. Now, he was so successful at business. He was so amazing. This is the first time they saw a left-handed person come in and do things in the business world, that he actually is the reason that monopoly laws were invented. They invented it for his company because it was so successful. He had 90% of the oil that they broke up his company into a bunch of different pieces because they're like, a left-handed people just won capitalism. We can't keep up with these left-handed people. So break it, make it illegal. And they did. And despite introducing monopoly laws specifically for his business, he actually gained more money because of it. Because what he did is when they broke up his company, he bought stocks in all of those other companies so that they all grew together, and he actually made his money grow even more. People estimate that if you account for inflation, that his end personal, not business. So you see Elon Musk, richest man in the world. No, not even close to John D. Rockefeller. Elon Musk is rich in the sense that he owns things that are worth a lot of money. John D. Rockefeller literally had the capital, like he owned the cash. And if you account for inflation, it would be the equivalent of $663 billion. just incredible. In fact, he is so amazing. He is so fantastic. He is so successful that conspiracy theorists literally can't understand how anyone could be this good because they're not woke on the left-hand facts, you know? They stick with these right-hand facts, and sure, there's some knowledge hidden in there, but the left-handed people know the real history of the world. And if you aren't taking in the left-handed facts, you're not really looking at history at all. And so they think he's literally like a superhero. He has got like superpowers, and that's how he does all. He's in the Illuminati. All these conspiracies about him. And in reality, it's not that he's in the Illuminati. It's just that he has a left hand. And that's the only reason John D. Rockefeller was a success. And that concludes today's segment of Left-Handed History. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and we're going to be moving on to the Paranormal Paracosm. This is a paranormal hand at the pool. This is very weird. I'll show you what it looks like. Singing Bear coming in with Left Hands Matter. Thank you very much, Singing H Bear. I appreciate that. That's a right hand emoji. Oh, OPV's trying to throw some shade, I see. OPV's is a righty oppressor. Don't listen to her. Don't let her systemically oppress you. What it amounts to is it's in your heart. As long as you're left-handed in your heart, that's really what matters. That's a monopoly. I want to go to 100. Big Brain plays. I don't know what you're talking about. OMG, I tried. There's no left-handed emoji. Oh, really? There's no left-handed emoji. Singing H Bear. Why do you think that is? Left-handed oppression. This is a great example of systemic oppression. You do not even get to raise your left hand on the emoji platform, and I want justice for left-handed people. Hashtag left hands matter. We will not sleep until we have a left hand emoji. It's not acceptable. It's a crime. Sorry, I'm getting emotional. All right, we're going to move on to Paranormal Paracosms. I'm sorry, guys. It's just the tragedies that have happened to my people. It's just not acceptable. All right. So this is a subtle spooky one, but it is nonetheless very, very bizarre. Oh, did you get the left-handed emoji? Nice. All right. Well, I guess we're done. Freedom! Freedom! All right. Yes. Oh, that's great. That's great. Okay. So paranormal paracosm. Let's take a look at this creepy ghost video. Oh my goodness. You know, both hands are in this video, I think. So this little kid's just chilling at the pool, having a good time. Look at that. What the heck is that? So hands appear and push him in the pool. So watch this again. Watch where the circle is. Two hands appear and push him to the side. And when you see the camera angle here, you'll see there's no one there in the pool other than on the opposite end of the pool. There's no one behind him, no one to the left. There's somebody way back there. So where did those hands come from? What were they? How did they get there? It's very bizarre. And that's the entire video. That's the segment. That's what's got everybody wondering is what on earth is that? So we'll watch that one more time here. So we just saw the pool is completely empty, and yet these hands just appear and shove him. What in the world is that, right? So that's our first paranormal video for the day. I am not sure what to make of it. It looks so so bizarre because it doesn't look like a ghost. It looks like real hands, you know, just shoving him. It's really weird. Yeah, maybe like pushing him. I was thinking like, what if it's like a ghost pushing him out of the way because he was gonna hit his head on the corner or something? I don't know, but exactly. It's really odd. Really, really odd. A soul's demon or an angel. Perhaps indeed. That's what I'm thinking. And this one's pretty darn convincing too. I'm like, it's not a camera glitch. You can't. He's holding the camera like this. His hands, camera, hand, two hands. I don't know. Really weird video. Really weird video. All right, we're gonna move on to the fantastic cryptids and where to find them. Today, we're looking into the one, the only, the unicorn. That's right, boys and girls. We're going to be checking out the unicorn. Of the videos that we've looked up so far for fantastic cryptids and where to find them, this one has had the most videos that I have found on the internet so far. There is a lot of sightings of the unicorn. Now, you hear about the unicorn all the time, unicorn magic, rainbows, all these things. Well, it turns out the actual recording of a unicorn is not... what's going on?
You're frozen, but the stream isn't frozen.
Oh, interesting. Weird. So I'm frozen. Wow, maybe it's that ghost video. The ghost is shutting down our stream. Let's see here. I'm working on OBS here. I'm not sure why my output wouldn't be coming out, though. Let's take a look here on good old... Yeah, it's totally frozen. Well, who cares? I'm not important. Woo! All right, let's take a look. So what's interesting about the unicorn is I thought, you know, magic blood, all these things about the unicorn. Turns out the actual cryptid is not that at all. It's really just a horse that happens to have a horn. Like, that's it. That's all. He's not... I mean, they're rare. They're considered to be large and a good luck sign, but nothing really mystical about it. Some people have theorized that the unicorn could be an albino deer with just one horn. Another one is people thinking albino rhinos is another theory for them. And they're considered to be a very good luck sign. And so we're going to be looking at some videos that are going to... that claim to have a sighting here of unicorns. We have 3 videos here lined up. Let's take a look. All right. So this is our first one here. This guy's out in the hills going on a hike, and he spots a horse.
I got some followed.
My dog's
So he spotted a horse, and he's zooming in here. Now this horse is not in frame for long, so I'm going to try and land it on it so you guys can actually make it out. So there's the horse, and what you can see here is the horse right there, and what appears to be the horn coming out right there. And then it walks off. And that's the only sighting you get of it, which adding to that elusiveness, they're very shy creatures kind of thing, right? but that's your horse just standing there, and then that thing on the end is supposedly its horn. And they just spot this out in the wild. And so that's the first unicorn sighting that we have here. Now, we get a little bit closer in on some of these videos, and we're going to take a look at those right now. Let's take a look at this guy here. So this one was sighted in England. So this is just in some dude's backyard. And so it looks like a white horse here, right? But as you get closer, if you zoom in, you actually see that what appears to be a small horn on the top of its head. Right there. Let's watch that again. Or, there we go. So what appears to be like a horn coming out of his head. And it looks very similar to the horse in the other video too. So it very consistent here. And then the final one that we saw is over here in Don Valley. And that's it. That's all they got of the video. This one's a nice close-up video. The only reason I'm not too compelled by this one, though, is it's a short clip. And I feel like if you're recording a unicorn, like, you pull out your phone, you see it, right? You're going to be pointing that thing and keep recording for days. So I don't really... This one doesn't feel as real as the other two to me. But it does give you an image of what, you're kind of expecting it to look like, right? And so those are the 3 video sightings that we have of the unicorn cryptid. So my thought on the unicorn is I don't see why it would be that difficult for it to exist. When you take flying through the air, riding on rainbows and all that stuff, that I don't see that happening. But why would it be so unusual to think a horse or a breed of horse could exist that has a horn? It seems pretty straightforward. We've seen this happen in nature with narwhals. We've seen this happen with deer. Deer have horns. So why couldn't a horse also be in the same category as well? That's kind of my thought on this particular cryptid. I'm going to go with 85% chance that this has existed at some point in history when humans were on the earth. And I'm going to go with 75% chance that I think that it's still alive. But, that's what this is all about. This isn't about saying cryptids are real, cryptids are fake. What this is about is understanding that science doesn't have the answers. And they can't tell you whether something's real or not. They don't have the capacity to even do that. Science isn't about disproving or proving things. If you ever see someone say, science debunked something, you know it's a lie because science can't debunk anything. It's not possible with their methodology. And so if you're interested in these kinds of things, explore for yourself. Go and learn. In the worst case scenario, you'll have an amazing adventure and learn amazing things. And maybe you don't find the unicorn, but maybe you find something else that's awesome and amazing as well. So if this isn't compelling to you, go out there and explore, because there's a lot to be learned in this world, and there's a lot of mystery that still exists. So that is today's cryptid file. We're going to move on to our next scary video. Hey, Sean, how's it going? Readings are coming soon. That's true. All right, so the next video here is, speaking of scientists being a joke, ghosts are messing with scientists. I'm assuming the backstory here is C.S. Lewis is like, I'm going to go mess with the scientists because those guys are morons. And so I'm assuming that's what happened here is C.S. Lewis is like, God, could I just go back and show those dumb atheists just for a second? I just want to screw with them a little bit. And God's like, you're kind of a legend, sure. So this is security footage. This is security footage of a lab. After hours, their security alarm went off, and they were worried someone had broken in to steal their equipment. And so they're reviewing the tapes, but they get in. You got the alarm triggered, but unfortunately, there's nothing stolen. Nothing's broken. Everything's just in the same. So they went and reviewed the tape, and this is what they found in the middle of the night in their labs. This is very meta right now. We're watching a screen of a watching of a screen of a watching of a screen. The door opens on its own.
Unbelievable.
Now, it didn't show it in this particular segment. I actually watched that on another one as well, and they actually have the footage from the other angle and show the backside has nobody there. So there's no one behind the door. You can see from both angles that the door opened and that there was no one there to open it. So we don't know how it opened, but it's got these scientists baffled and freaking out, and that is today's Paranormal Paracosm. And with that, we're going to move on to Practical Philosophy. This is our last segment for the day before we do the last round of wizard readings, and we're going to be covering Practical Philosophy. And let's see what we got going on here. Camilla is going with demons. Sean says thank you. Not at all. I'll add you to the list. I'd love reading. If it's not a big hassle, Bo, no say that. Good night. Good night, Singing H Bear. All right. So tonight's Practical Philosophy is from Nicola Machiavelli, who's the author of The Prince, which is a book that I highly recommend you read if you want to understand the nature of the world and politics, and particularly the way that Satan operates in the world. And his quote is, "He who builds on the people builds on the mud." And this philosophy is something that I think is really important because we live in a society today that really encourages the opposite of this. In fact, they tell you that this is the wrong way to pursue your life entirely. And that's very, very odd because Machiavelli's correct. If you build on the opinions and the popularity and other people caring and liking you, you're not going to have long-term success. Don't seek fame, seek greatness. If you do great things, it doesn't matter if other people know about it, love it, care about it, or worry about it, or like you, hate you. It's not important. You're creating great things, and there will always be a place for people who can build, grow, and create beautiful, good, and true things. Popularity comes and popularity goes, but when you create something great, that's what stands the test of time. If you're trying to build your legacy on the attention and the opinions of others, your life is going to be miserable. But if you build it on creating great things, you can truly achieve glory. And that's what Machiavelli is teaching us here today with this quote. So if you're out there trying to grow and pursue, and you're worried, do I have enough Instagram followers? Did I get enough likes? You're already on the wrong path to success. Don't worry about those things. Worry about, did I make the best possible thing I could today? Did I do as great a job as I could? And what steps am I going to take to do even better tomorrow? If you start that approach now, 15 years, 20 years down the line, that's what builds the true legacy of a person that will be remembered for history. A good example, OPB's mentioned the other day, was the ear guy. What's his name?
Who?
Guy chopped off his ear. Da Vinci.
Da Vinci.
No, not Da Vinci.
No.
The Starry
Van
Night.
Gogh.
Van Gogh. Van Gogh. Van Gogh died basically a drunk with no fame and no recognition for his art. But what he did do is put all of his effort into making really great art. And hundreds of years after his death, he was discovered and now is considered to be one of the greatest artists of all time. And that is the kind of thing that happens when you don't worry about the people and instead worry about the greatness. Now, obviously, you don't want to be some crazy drunk artist guy. That's a terrible aspect of it. But the fact that he dedicated himself to being great, that's the part that's admirable and I would recommend pursuing. And, live a good moral life as well, I would recommend. And with that, we're going to close up that segment and move on to our final wizard readings for today. Again, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. Thank you for joining us today on this Friday show. I know we usually have our smaller shows on Friday, so if you're here, you're a true legend. And if you'd like to support the show, go to paypal.me/askawizard. Pay whatever you think a reading is worth. You'll get a 3-card reading instead of just a 1-card reading here today. And send your letters into P.O. Box 8881, Missoula, Montana, 59807. We read your letters live on air. You can send financial support through the mail there as well, and send gifts, boxes, products, anything you want us to review, show on the show. Send it on over. Obviously, make sure it's legal. Don't send anything that's not legal, but that would be great. And so let's get some live wizard readings going. Who is up first?
Hello.
What was that?
Below.
Vlone? Vlone. I always call him Vlone. I'm not sure. Vlone, if you're still here, let us know in the comments below. We'll get your reading started shortly. And who's after that, just in case he's not here? Corin? All right, so Corin is after Vlone. So we got Vlone, and then we got Corin. Vlone, if you're here, let us know in the chat below, and we'll get your reading started. And then same for you, Corin. If you have anything in particular you're looking for a reading about, go ahead and let us know in the chat below. Kamala is asking, wait is done? For what?
That's all the segments.
Oh yeah, yes, that is all the segments. It sounds like someone is being murdered outside. I'm not sure what that is, but if you see me grab my handgun and start shooting, you'll know what's going on. Let's see here. So I haven't seen Vlone come in yet, so we gave him a little time for the delay. Corin is up. Well, my BFF, come back to me and be my BFF. We will look into that for you, Corin. But just to clarify, I am not a psychic, so I don't predict the future. What I will do is give you philosophical advice to help you think through the problem and come to the right answer for you. We haven't seen Vlone yet, so we're going to go ahead and give him the roll call. Going once. Going twice. Sold off the list. Vlone is gone. And we shall move on to Corin. All right, so Corin is wondering, will my BFF come back to me and be my BFF? All right, let's find out. Here. All right, so that's an interesting card for this particular question, but let's figure out where this goes. So we got the Page of Pentacles showing up here. So the Page of Pentacles, a little odd for this particular question. It's about inexperience with the material. And so what this card is basically saying is you're going through a time in your life right now where you're just starting out in this material world. You're beginning new journeys. You may have begun new friendships, for example. And this is a new phase. And you're going to have some awkward situations where you misread something and you say one thing, you meant another. And we can get wrapped up in our heads where we're worried like, oh, this is the biggest and most important thing ever. This is the end of the world. I can't believe I said that. And what this card is a call to action to do is to say, you can't worry about those things because everyone has that happen. Every person has had these experiences in their life, and that's how we grow. And so instead of being upset when something goes wrong, being upset and thinking, oh, this is the end of the world, I lost my girlfriend, my first girlfriend. I will never have a girlfriend again. It's going to be I am doomed. You go and you say, that's probably not true. I'll probably be over it in 3 months and I'll be back to normal. And that's what you should look at with this situation here is don't beat yourself up. Don't put yourself down. It's not just you. Everyone goes through these awkward phases, and that's okay. And just be okay with that and enjoy the awkwardness. And I think that's going to help you a lot more than thinking about, is this the one person going to return to my life? Instead, ask yourself, what qualities can you work on to improve and grow on so that you can not have to worry about your BFF coming back, and instead just think, I could get more friends and better friends and have a better life. And if they come back, that's awesome. And if they don't, I'll find other people as well. And so that would be the perspective I would recommend taking is how can you improve yourself and become better every day, and not really worry whether or not they specifically choose to come back, but instead just become someone who's so awesome that lots of people want to hang out with. And that would be my recommendation there for you. I hope that helps you out and gives you some insights. No problem. TWT. I'm not sure what that face means, but awesome. Thanks, Camilla. Your support and everyone else's is very much appreciated. Thank you very much. That is true. What is she supporting us? What did she support you on?
She said she'll come here every day.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I appreciate that. Definitely. Welcome to the Parliament of Owls. We need to get you guys owl names. That's owl name is any cool word followed by the word owl. So you could just, pizza owl, turtle owl, Eggo owl, whatever you want. You can be, and that's an owl name. And I try my best to use those. I screw it up a lot, but, it's fun. Let's see. Who's up next after Corin?
Sean.
We had a bond because her name is Cora, and my name is Corey. Oh, interesting. Corey. So I should be calling her Corey now, moving forward. Awesome. Who's up next?
Sean.
Sean? All right, Sean, you are up next. If you are here, let us know in the comment section below, and we will get your reading started shortly. Camilla says to wait. What are we waiting for? You want to be Owl. All right, Corey would like to become Owl. We are going to owlify Corey now. Let's go ahead and take that here. So what I'm doing here is making a glowing ball in between my hands. Not everyone can see it. It's only about 20% of people who can see it without training. However, what it does do is it confuses everyone. And that's really what I'm after here, because I want you to be a little confused as to what I'm doing so that you can focus on the fact that despite the fact that you're concerned, will this friend come back to me? What are the situations that are in the future? You don't need to be so worried about that. Instead, focus on how can you be the best you can be. Don't look to other people's validation for yourself. Instead, look inside and say, am I doing the best that I can do? And don't do it for your bestest friend. Don't do it for someone else. Do it for yourself. And so we're going to take that here and send it on your way. Now, you might feel it in a second. It causes some flashing lights occasionally. Temperature changes, weird phenomenon tend to happen. No concern. This is a normal thing that happens, but it should be landing here in 3, 2, 1. Should be there. Welcome, Corey. You are now owlified as Owl. Welcome to the flock. Woo! You're crushing! Woo! Yeah! All right. Welcome. Hey, how's it going, Sean? You are up. Let's get you a live wizard reading. Owl Cam. Unfortunately, Cam, you would have to be Cam Owl. It has to be followed by Owl. We do not invert the naming process purely because it's already hard enough for me to manage the owl names. All right, let's go. But I can do Cam Owl for you. I can definitely do that. All right, Sean, is there anything in particular you were looking for insights on? Let me know. Thank you for info. No problem at all. Owl, I appreciate. I'm glad I was able to give you a reading here today. And let's get Sean's general reading going here. If there's anything in particular, Sean, you're looking for insights on, just drop it in the comments and we will adjust accordingly. Okay, Cam Owl. All right. Did we do Cam Owl's reading already, or is she on the list?
She was one of the first.
She was one of the first? All right, so we'll do your owlification right after we do Sean's reading here. All right. Ooh, check that out. Popping off with the stars. All right. So this is another major arcana. We are having a lot of these popping up here today. So the major arcana here is, oh, sorry, this is YouTube. There we go. That's the star. And so the star represents... and yes, I really do take the rules that YouTube says seriously, by the way. I follow their terms and conditions, which is why I find it odd that they block us. So the star represents the situation where in your environment is opportunity waiting to be discovered. And so what this card is a symbol of is the fact that synchronistic events are happening that are going to call you to an adventure. So this is the beginning of a new story in your life. And that's on the horizon or happening right now. So when you find these things happening, it's important that you pay attention to your instincts, pay attention to your dreams, pay attention to the feelings that you have, because they're going to guide you towards something that's going to bring you on to a new adventure and start a new path. You know, this could be something as simple as you're scrolling through YouTube and all of a sudden you're like, ooh, what's that? I feel that's interesting. I want to learn more about that topic. To it could be something as overt as getting a random phone call and being like, hey, have you considered a job in this field? And you're like, no, I haven't, but what is this? And then you go and Google that field and you're like, oh, this is actually interesting. So this is a card that's saying, look to your environment now, trust your instincts, look for those synchronistic events, and you'll start getting some guidance here. So that's what I would recommend doing for you there, Sean. I hope it helps you out and gives you the insights you're looking for. And we're going to close up. What am I saying? We're going to move on to the next reading. But first, we got Cam Owl. Let's get Cam Owl in here. All right, here we go. Now I'm going to do that energy ball again. Again, 20% of people are able to see it. Not everyone can see it without practice and training. But you know that I was going to do this. So instead, I'm going to make it into a triangle. You know why? Because again, it confuses you. You're expecting it to be a ball. So that gets the confusion we need. We're going to put it right on the top here. And this time for Cam Owl, what I want you to do is realize that you are the kind of person who sometimes we have a little bit of negative self-talk. Sometimes we're kind of beating ourselves up when we shouldn't be, and getting a little harder on ourselves than we need to be. And this is a reminder here to say, look, you can look at these things in two ways. You can look at the world as, oh, I'm making mistakes, or oh, I'm being the victim of the world, or you can flip it on its head and you can go and say, I accept when bad things happen because it makes me stronger, and I am going to make mistakes, but I'm going to make different mistakes every time, and I'm going to grow and improve from it. And when you adopt that mindset, you're going to realize it makes your life a lot better. So we're going to take that here and send that on off to Camilla. I almost called you your name before. My bad. Send it on off. All right, let's go ahead and send it your way. Again, you might experience some strange phenomenon. It doesn't happen for everyone, but a lot of times you'll notice temperature change, weird noises, lights flickering on and off. This is all common phenomenon. We should be arriving here in about 3, 2, 1. All right. Camilla, you have now been owlified as Cam Owl. Welcome to the flock. Woo! Yeah! You're crushing! Yeah! Woo! Awesome. That seems extremely accurate. My whole life has taken a 180 in the last month, so thank you. No problem at all, Sean. That is what I do here. I am a professional wizard. Camilla says, yes! Awesome. My apologies. Cam Owl says, yes! Awesome. All right. Who do we have up next? Oh, Cam Owl is in tears. If you want to make it easier, I don't know if this is possible, but if you want to change your name to Cam Owl, it makes it a lot easier for me. If you do not want to change your username, that is okay too. Just introduce yourselves with your owl names, so you can come in and be like, hey, I'm Star Owl. Hey, I'm Cam Owl, that kind of thing. And then I will try my best to remember to use the name correctly. And I'll make mistakes. I do.
I'll try to correct.
Yeah. Who's up next?
Jenny,
Jenny, it's time for your reading. Do-do-do. Jenny, are you still here? Let us know in the comments below if you're still here, and if not, that's perfectly fine. We will move on to the next person. Who's up after Jenny?
if Ivan is back?
Ivan, so that would be Ivan and Jenny, but they may both be gone. So if they are gone, then we will be able to close. Jenny did recently comment. Good. All right. So Jenny, if you're here, let us know below. And if there's anything in particular you would like a reading about, we'll get your reading started shortly. And if that, I think we can do a little Q&A here at the end and then close up the stream for a Friday night. We'll be back again Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Coast time here on YouTube. Jenny has arrived. Yes. Will my health eventually get better? Again, Jenny, I am not a psychic, so I can't predict the future. And also, I would recommend if you have any health issues, you want to talk to a doctor about those kinds of things, or a health expert. Just as a heads up, because I'm not a health expert at all, so don't take health advice from wizards on the internet, but I can look into the philosophical perspectives for you. In fact, really aggressively, Cicero is what's coming to mind. Cicero, the philosopher, I think might be really beneficial for you. He wrote a book, 2 books actually, that I think, these aren't the actual names of the books, but if you search them, they'll come up with these. And do not be off-put by the titles. There are a lot more aggressive titles than what the philosophy is actually about. But the books are called How to Die and How to Grow Old by Cicero. And I think that should be the philosopher that's going to probably guide this particular reading. Let's take a look. All right, here. Okay. Yeah, wow. Okay, so you're going through some tough stuff right now. A lot of pain. I think that you've gained knowledge about the problems you're going through right now, and it's really causing you some emotional stress. What we see here is the Three of Swords popping up. The Three of Swords is about gaining wisdom that really hurts us emotionally, and it's painful to learn. You might have found out that you're in a situation that is not good for your health, and it's frustrating for you. It might be causing you frustration, anger, fear, all of these things wrapped up here. And so what Cicero really is about is learning to accept that there will be pain and difficulty in our lives, and that is a part of life. And what Cicero trains you to do is to become someone who doesn't run away from that pain, who doesn't run away from challenge and difficulty and oppression. And in fact, Cicero, well, actually, Seneca is probably a better example. Seneca was actually imprisoned and exiled for being a philosopher, and he was in jail and lived a very happy life despite being tortured on a regular basis. And so the Stoic philosophy teaches us about how can we become someone who doesn't fear those things and instead become someone who is strong enough to tolerate those things. And so that's what the Cicero's training is all about, is how can I become someone who's so powerful that if there is pain and suffering in our lives and difficulty and obstacles, how can we look at that with happiness and joy? Because if I can be happy now when I'm worried about my health, when I'm worried about the future, if I can be happy in those moments, well, then I can be happy during any time, because this is a painful and difficult time for me now. When things are easier, I can be happy then too. And so that is the recommendation I think that we need to take away here, is we can't know the future of things like, for example, your health. But what we can do is say, despite the future outcomes of my health, how can I live a happy, meaningful, fulfilling life right now, knowing that those things exist? And taking that approach is going to really allow you to turn this very unfortunate time into something that is valuable and an act of training. It can make you a better and stronger person. And so that's the approach I would recommend taking there. I hope that helps you out. I hope that gives you some insights. And we're going to move on to the next reading. Do we have anyone else?
Ivan, if he's back.
Ivan, if you are still here, let me know in the comments below. And if you are not, that's perfectly fine. We're going to close up the stream. I think that's the last reading, right?
Yes,
If you guys have any questions or Q&A, we can do a little Q&A here at the end, and then I'm going to close up the stream, probably play some League of Legends with OPBs here and Brett. If you're a League of Legends player, I am Ask a Wizard, so you can let us know. Oh, and Lando, yes, the legend, the one, the only. Lando, if he's on. We'll find out if he's on. Well, it's Friday. He should be able to.
He said he could at 10.
Oh, did he? Awesome. Good work. All right, Lando. See you soon. I hope you're here. Cam-Owl, welcome. Woo! Oh, you got the little loop on the top. I like that. Should I pronounce it Cam-Owl? Cam-Owl. Cam-Owl. The umlaut owl. I have my new name. Nice. That's legendary. Yay. Welcome to the Parliament of Owls. Act just says fart. Okay. We should probably get Act.
Want me to block?
Should we give Act? What do you guys think? Should we sacrifice Act, or is Act just being a silly person? What do you think?
Can we block?
Well,
The
actually,
hammer is ready.
he's done it 3 times though. Yeah, let's get him out of here. We don't need those kinds of people. Welcome. Jenny says, "Wow, thank you. This related to me on point. Awesome. I'm glad to hear that was accurate for you and helped you out. And keep sticking through it, Jenny. And definitely check out Cicero. You can find his books for free in the public domain. Again, I'm working on the Wizard Library. OPBs knows I've been up till like 5 in the morning regularly throughout the week, building this thing out because oh yeah, that'll work. Here's one of the books from him. This is How to Grow Old by Cicero. There's another one over there that's the How to Die. This is my apologies. This is the one by Cicero. That's How to Grow Old. he talks about like health issues and how to approach those kinds of things. And then it was actually Seneca who wrote the book on how to die. My apologies. And I think we mentioned him as well. But both of those guys are fantastic philosophers. Any of their work really covers this kind of stuff. It's very helpful. On the Shortness of Life by Seneca is also a really great one. And a lot of those are in the public domain. You can find them on YouTube. So I wish you the best of luck, and we will keep you in our prayers. Cam Owl given the amazing emoji face. Awesome. All right. Well, we don't see Ivan returned. We don't got any questions coming in, so I think it's time for us to close up the stream. Thank you guys so much for tuning in today. Thank you so much for the support, and I hope you guys enjoyed the show. Share this with your friends. Bring them on in. We'll be back again, same place, same time, Monday through Friday, 8 p.m. Pacific Coast time. We give an update when the show's going live on Instagram in case you forget, so you can follow us there. And, of course, we do the Magic Show over on TikTok at 7:20 p.m. Pacific Coast time. And the newest thing is I'm addicted to the Clubhouse app. And so if you are on Clubhouse, let me know and give me a follow there. And I do live wizard readings there at completely random hours, usually before the show, because I love the app. It's a very good app. I enjoy it. It'll probably be bad very soon, I'm assuming, because that's how all social media apps are. But as of now, I'm really enjoying Clubhouse as an ENTP. Owl singing out. Signing out. All right. See you later, Owl. My dog just peed on my bed. Oh, no. Well, tell him that is not the good boy. Tell him that the wizard says, no, that is the bad boy. And I think he'll get better. He'll improve. Bye, Owl. Have a great night. Act just says George Washington. I thought you banned him.
I thought I did.
Did you ban someone else?
Ack? No. I banned Ack.
Yeah.
I blocked him. I don't see his message.
Okay. All right. It said George Washington.
Yeah, no, we don't take that kind of talk here.
Yeah, no. Yeah, we don't talk about politics. All right. All right, everybody. We're going to close up the stream. We're going to head on over to, head over to League of Legends. Thank you so much for tuning in. And we will see you guys Monday at 8 p.m. Pacific Coast time here. I'll see you all there. Have a good night. And I'll roll the outro for you right now. See y'all later. Peace. Oh, and we have a private Discord that is in beta. There's nothing there yet, but if you're interested, we're trying to build our own social media network for the Parliament of Owls only over on Discord, where you can share what you're working on, your business, what's going on in life, play video games, build cool communities, that kind of stuff. So if that's something you're interested in, the private Discord is available. DM me. We do check out your social profile before, just to make sure, we don't want to bring in any creepy people. So that's the goal there, because it is a little bit more intimate at the Discord. You're basically texting each other. So just want to make sure that, everything checks out there. So if you're interested in that, DM me on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, any of that stuff. That's a great place. All right. We'll see you all later. Peace. Bye. Have a great weekend, Sean, as well. Act is still posting. All right. I'm going to ban him. I'm going to ban him myself. Hide user on this channel. And his messages are now hidden. Oh, I think it's because you don't have, you're not doing the full thing here. Put user on a time. Now we're just going to delete him for life. All right. Act has been removed. And what a great way to end it. I love banning people. It's my favorite thing. Ooh, can you grab me my Necromonicon? Let's add Act to the Necromonicon. Can you get it? Right there.
Where is it?
It's next to the Action Bible, ironically. Yes.
Oh my gosh.
All right. Let's get Act into the book. All right. All right. Make sure I spell this correctly.
A-C.
All right. A C K. All right. Should be good to go. Act, you shall never speak here again. And trust me, Act, nothing will happen to you. Nothing. Everyone have a good night. I'll see you all later. I'll see you on Monday. Peace. And if you play League of Legends, reach out. Ask a wizard. And if you're good, definitely reach out. Yes, I need help. I'm a Yumi main. All right. Talk to you all later. Peace.